Space! It's something truly incredible, something vast, something beautiful, and, what'd you just say? You say you don't know what space is? Alright, looks like I've got some explaining to do. You're stupid, man. Did you not read the Magic School Bus Lost in the Solar System? Right, you know what? Alright, I'm just gonna explain this to you. But not with some boring old diagram, no. I'm using Roblox. I love Roblox so much. So, let's start right now. I bet you know what the Big Bang is already, so I'm probably not gonna waste time explaining it. Yeah, you don't know? Of course, I shouldn't have guessed. Alright, I'll just have to explain it then real fast. Okay, when the universe began, every little bit of matter was located at one single point. It expanded very quickly and began to cool. The first hydrogen atoms formed from this, so as more hydrogen was created, it got closer together because of the force gravity. Now this created big hydrogen clouds called nebulas. And then when these nebulas got real close together, they formed the first stars from a process called nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion happens when atoms fuse into new elements, which is what created helium. Now, over time, new nebulas were created with even more elements. So, that's what eventually created our own solar system and our Earth as we know it. Some people believe that the Big Bang is a lie. There is proof that indicates that it happened. First, every galaxy that we have observed, except for one, is moving away from us. We know this because of the Doppler effect, which is when wavelengths change how long they are based on if they are moving towards or away from you. Not enough proof? Alright, that's okay. Let's look at this picture. This is our universe. Or, well, the microwave radiation of it that was left over from the Big Bang. This is cosmic background radiation. Still don't believe me? Fine, alright. I've got one more piece of evidence up my sleeve. Because of the Big Bang, there are way more light elements than there are heavy elements. Heavy elements can only be made in stars and supernovas. Well, there you have it. I'm not giving you anything else, so we're moving on. I talked about stars some time ago, so let's really get into them. Stars have three phases. For average stars, the first phase is the main sequence. This is when stars use hydrogen as their source of energy. Stars like our own sun go through the main sequence. This is the longest phase for average stars. After the main sequence, stars burn helium, causing it to balloon into what are called giants. They also burn colder. The North Star Polaris is in this giant phase. Heavier elements are burned until it becomes iron. Iron can't be fused, so the star sheds its outer layers until it becomes a small, hot ball of gas called a white dwarf. This is the last phase of a star's life. When a white dwarf runs out of fuel, it dies, becoming a black dwarf. What if the star has much, much more fuel? Well, when it's created, it's known as a massive star. They burn very hot and very bright in this phase. After that, they become even larger, which is called the supergiant phase. Once the star has an iron core, it sheds its outer layers, but because it's a dramatic crybaby, it does so in what's called a supernova. From here, it either becomes a neutron star or a black hole. A neutron star is a dense remains of the star after the supernova. A black hole is even denser. It's so dense that light can't escape its gravitational pull. Well, there's stars for you, but I've got one more thing to explain. You know how I mentioned the Doppler effect earlier? Well, it depends on waves. It doesn't really matter what waves, but let's just focus on electromagnetic waves. On the electromagnetic spectrum, there are several types of waves, varying by length. The longest waves are radio waves, which can be up to 10 kilometers long, or 87,000 burgers. The smallest waves, or gamma rays, are the size of atomic nuclei, which is 1.7 femtometers, or 0.000000000000513 burgers. Light is also on the electromagnetic spectrum, being between 700 and 400 nanometers, or 0.000000008 873 burgers. Well, that is all for now. Make sure to like, subscribe. This has been Nick the Dirt, and I will see you later. Goodbye! How do I get home? I'm gonna die here.